welcome to Have Guitar. I hope you are doing great as always. This is a test video of this beautiful guitar, which is a Les Paul Standard 2006. Ebony is the finish that you see. It's almost in some lights in the right angle, like it's going to reddish almost. I don't think I can capture that here. It's only in some lights, but it should be black. Really beautiful guitar. You will see more close-ups. I'll do them and cut them into the video as I talk about the specs. And you will of course get sound demos from this guitar. I will run it through my Kemper, through various profiles ranging from clean to metal, I guess. And I would just like to say thank you to Klaus, who is a guitar buddy of mine, who let me lend this guitar for a week. It's quite heavy because it's not chambered. It's more like my Les Paul from '76, and it has the same thing about it. I mean, I've played my Les Paul for like 30 years, and it was my #1 guitar. Then I got my SG and a Fender Stratocaster, and now every time I sit down and try playing my Les Paul, it goes like that. So it's back heavy due to the body. But we're gonna go through all of that, and I'll give my conclusion of the guitar as such in the end of the video, and in between you will get specifications and sound demos. So let's play! As for the body, the top is carved AA maple, the back is mahogany. I guess maybe that's why it's so heavy. The binding is single ply top. So when it comes to the body, according to me, the Les Paul is much more suited for standing up playing rather than sitting down. I'm sure some people will have an argument about that, but that's my opinion anyway after been playing with my SG and my Fender Strat, as I said in the beginning. It feels really back heavy, not so suitable for sitting down. Otherwise, as always with Les Paul, it's just a player. It plays good, plays nice. There's nothing on the body that's in the way or something like that. I just like to play Les Pauls, but especially standing up. As for the neck, it is made out of mahogany. It's available in a 50s rounded profile or a 60s slim taper. I would guess that this guitar is the 60s version because the neck is kind of not thin but more slim than the 50s, which should be a little bit larger or wider. The neck joint location is at the 16th fret. So the one thing you could object about when it comes to the neck is the finish. Some people have a problem with sweating and it might get sticky. I don't usually have that problem besides for this summer when it has been really hot outside. Well, that's how most Les Pauls come, with some kind of finish on the back, and you have the same finish here as on the back and on the front of the guitar, of course. Otherwise, I would say that the neck is, well, it's, as I said, it's I'm guessing, thinking that it's a 60s profile. Not 100% sure, but it's kind of slim, so that's why I figure it's a 60s profile. And it plays well, plays nice. It's really nothing more to say about that. When it comes to the fretboard, it's rosewood, it has 22 frets, it has pearl inlays, and the binding is single ply or ply. So this is a 12-year-old guitar, the frets are still good on it, there's nothing sticking out, everything is covered by the binding on the side of the neck, and it no dead notes, no problems, it's well set up, it's well maintained by my body class, and just easy to play, I would say. Still little gripe with getting really high on the Les Paul, something which I never had a problem with before when I only played the Les Paul or Les Pauls, but nowadays when I have other guitars to play around with, sometimes I think that on the high frets it's a little cumbersome to really do the high bends, but there's nothing you couldn't get used to, I would say. Yeah, so it plays like a Les Paul should. It's easy to play, that's what I can say. And a nice neck, rosewood is the best, and the scale of the Gibson guitars is what suits me best, even though after getting some other brands and styles and stuff, or specifications on those guitars, other specifications on those guitars, I have slowly getting used to other scales and measurements or whatever you want to call it. So, but for sure it's a player, it's really nice. Tone. Let's see how it sounds with this Les Paul when you turn down the volume in search for the sweet spot. Just figured it could be nice to have when you do reviews or tests of new guitars as well, not only for the profiles. This is well, it's quite high gain, and it's from TMS Profiles, a very nice pack of an amplifier that I've actually owned myself. And this is how it sounds when the volume on the guitar is set for 2.5. Well, even at that low volume you can hear the heritage from the Marshall that has been profiled, and this is with the volume knob set for 4. So up to 6.5 on the guitar, of course. Well, the guitar is going out of tune now, but never mind, let's keep rolling, and just gonna do the reference point that I usually do with back to full volume, and then it sounds like this. The hardware comes in chrome, and you have the tailpiece, which is a stop bar, you have the bridge, which is a tune-o-matic, and the knobs are gold top hats. And the pickups are Burstbucker Pros with Alnico V magnets. Believe it or not, but I've never played a guitar with Burstbuckers before, so for me it's a nice experience. They are really, maybe not metal pickups of course, but they have a really high, nice, warm, big tone, and I really like them, I must say that. So I think it sounds great, and I think you could play most styles of music on them really, as you will hear in the sound demos that I'll mix up with these specifications. How does a Les Paul Standard like this fare when it comes to metal style sounds? Well, I think it can do pretty good, even though it doesn't have any active pickups or specific metal style pickups. It's not like it's low output, but it's not really that high output either. Maybe somewhere in between, I don't know. But I think the Burstbuckers can do pretty well. Let's try out a few what I would call metal style profiles for my Kemper and see how it sounds. Alright, so this is the end of the video. So what should I say about this 2006 Les Paul Standard? I think it's a really nice guitar. If you have a chance, you should at least try it out, I can tell you that. I have been given an offer to buy it for a good price from my friend, but I'm not sure. It's a good price, but I promised myself not to buy any more gear right now. I think it's a beautiful guitar for the aesthetics. It plays really well. The Burstbuckers was a nice surprise. A great tone according to me. I'm not sure what you're saying. Feel free to leave a comment. Stays good in tune. The tuners are good. There are no quirks or, you know, like a down jumping out of the tone that you're trying to achieve when you're tuning it. All the frets are good. There are no dead tones. There are no bass. It sounds great. Did I say that? I did. The only thing, I have two things that I could gripe as a gripe or whatever you say. The one thing is what I've already told you. It's really back heavy. Seems I can't get around that, to get used to it anymore. I don't know why, but I guess it's a thing that you will get used to if you take this and make it into your main axe, so to speak. But I would rather have a chambered Les Paul, actually, after trying out the other Les Paul that my friend has, because it's a lot more comfy sitting playing with it. And as I'm doing most of my stuff in this studio, most of the time I am sitting down, and yes, I know you should be standing up all the time just to practice and be prepared for the stage, right? Yeah, but I'm a lazy bastard, so I sit down when I play. And what should I say more? The other thing is that I'm not sure, because on this guitar, not on mine, if I do a palm mute and I move my hand a little bit too far, it will make a strange noise. It doesn't mute, it's more like you have a fret buzz or something like that. My old Les Paul does not do that. I don't know why. It could be me using the wrong technique, because it's more than possible to just palm mute, but move it slightly forward and it just, bzz, you know. Could be me, could be something that needs a bit of an adjustment. I'm not really sure why. I can see the low E string, well, it's never mind, I don't know why. That's the only two gripes I have. The sound is great, it plays great. Really a play, I would say, if you're into a used Les Paul, you can get this. I think you can get it for around, well, in Swedish crowns, I think they go for around 13 to 15,000, somewhere in that vicinity. And I'll translate that to to US dollars and euros as well on screen. Is it worth it? If you like Les Pauls, if you think they are as beautiful as I do, because I think that Les Paul is one of the most iconic guitars out there. There are many beautiful guitars, but the Les Paul has a special place in my heart. If that's what you want, then you should go get it. Don't get an Epiphone, you should get a Les Paul. Gibson Les Paul, I mean, of course. And that's really all I have to say. It's a great guitar. It looks, I think I've said it before, looks great, plays great, sounds great, good sustain, good tone, got it all, stays in tune, behaves well, and is beautiful. That's the conclusion, I think. So now I'm not gonna sit here and nag around. I would just like to say thanks for watching my channel, wasting your time on me. And if you like it, please waste more time on me and subscribe to my channel. If you don't like it, you should still subscribe to my channel and waste time on me. Alright? Do we have a deal? Great. So, and to all of you already subscribing, thanks a lot and hats off and everything, you know, you are the best. So appreciated. My love to you for that. And yes, there is a new video out every Thursday, if you didn't know, sometimes more often than that. Yeah, that's it really. So, stay clean and play really hard until I see you next time. Goodbye.